What up? Okay, so we're going over we are is this a lot of reviews? We're reviewing a review. No, it's not that many reviews. But anyway, Anne worked on staff and Chris has not done the formally advanced course, two best things I've ever done. $915 to each, two different 10-day or 5-day courses, with a 10 session seminar series included in the first 5-day course, $200 to register. I don't work for them. I don't represent them. I don't think they're good. I don't think they're the one thing that'll make a difference for everything in you. Anyway, you make your own difference, but this just is, I don't know, allowed me to step out of my own way.
With the being of that, not just knowledge of how to and what to do. I think that was he was fascinated with that, and he wanted to see. Like his dream was that there would be schools of ontological study in academia.
Right.
Yeah, there are no schools, nor are there ontologists, nor is there an ontology peer-reviewed paper. It doesn't exist. It exists in the realm of the forum and the advanced course, and they're the only people that are doing that. And if you find something where people aren't doing that, tell me, and I'd love to know about it. But I've been searching for 19 years and haven't found anybody to deliver the same difference that they do.
Right.
And if they knew a better way to do what they were doing, they would do that, but they don't. And this is pretty dang effective.
What if he was looking to make it a transformative experience?
That's how you would say it in the landmark world. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
you're not, how you see yourself isn't just, like, hey, I'm this, tall woman that, what all those identifiers.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, are you trashing transformative? It's not even an experience. You're trashing transformation. I know you're not, but it's that whole thing about like, oh, in Buddhism, it's not there's an they have an issue with people thinking that they're enlightened that aren't enlightened. I believe something to that nature.
You would actually, that's at the heart of landmark work, that you can invent who you're being, and by who you're being, that impacts the kind of actions that are available to you, blah, 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 the whole like superpower.
Except there seems to be.
Yes, it is absolutely like a superpower. I mean, it's just talking to people, but it is superpower. We'll go over the four pillars to winning any game: integrity, relationship, existence, and inspiration.
Within the guidelines and strictures of how this culture works, there has to be very tightly controlled rails as to
Guidelines and scriptures. I mean, it's just like, yeah, standard operating procedures. Nothing different than any other company.
who you're allowed to be.
Well, that's what gets interesting. See, that's when they take over, right? So when I was talking,
Yeah, there's no control on who you're allowed to be. Her concern is that they made her be a certain way, or they forced Brian to be a certain way, which if you watch our other videos, I don't interpret it like that at all. I see how they could have interpreted it that way, and I also see the way that I am absolutely 1000% sure that they meant it. And yeah, if you felt some kind of way that at least with Landmark was not the intention.
earlier about as you get through the leader bodies, and if you study it and you learn the history.
Yeah, she keeps saying, "Oh, you never know at the course level. You'd have to get into the leader bodies." But yeah, I just it can't have been that bad for you to work there for 26 years. You know what I mean? And I promise you that your 26 year there benefits your life today, even though you don't work there anymore. In ways that yeah, you're discovering now. Like it's like, okay, this has to be done in this very specific way, and now you're able to choose whether you want to do it their very specific way or do it a different way. And but you wouldn't have known about that very specific way that is very effective if you hadn't worked there for the 26th year at the 11th month mark or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like she should have worked there for 25. It's just we can't change the past. I can't change how many years she worked there. You know what I mean? So do the same thing after someone works there and says, I'm only going to work there for 1 year or for 6 months or whatever it is. Like if you chose to work there, then just fulfill the agreement and then you can leave. Like,
Which nobody who's in the landmark learns the history. I did not know. I got introduced to the book Outrage of Betrayal by a reporter who called me and had questions about another guru we client.
oh, so Landmark asked the author of that book to relinquish how they got the sources for that book, and it sounded like they settled. I believe the book publisher had to pay Landmark money. I don't know. Unless they were going to bankrupt them, in which case they didn't. But so she was the informant. Okay. Okay.
Actually, who was suing me. Anyway, Warner's not my only guru, or guru client.
Warner's not your only guru or guru client. Warner's not a guru, and Warner guru client.
Just 2019, I was like, over guru at the same time. But
Yeah, because most gurus are watered down versions of their mentor who taught them stuff, and this is the real deal. This is like the anyway. There's a lot of language that Landmark Worldwide popularized that is now common. Like a lot of people talk about context or, oh, you didn't get the context behind that. And it's like Landmark has been talking about context for 34 years on a consistent every week basis around the world. And a lot of people have not gone through the full 5 day forum and have still gone to like an introduction session, or now it's like just a Zoom call with you and the other person. Um, and context may come up. So a lot more people among I saw it's like 4 million that have done the forum by now, but I don't know if that number is accurate, but my point is that aside from those 4 million that have done the full 5 day forum, there's another, I have no idea, million, probably 5 times as many people have done that, done at least the introduction and heard the word context, or heard the word context from those 4 million people that actually did the forum and are using the word context in their life, and then they hear it and then they repeat it and da, da, da.
He told me about that book, and I was just stunned because I used to always search, wherever, and I never had run into it. And there's a whole team of people. I understand. I think it's true in Scientology also. There's a whole team of people that are constantly scouring the internet and having things taken down,
Oh, yeah.
or bearing SEO or whatever.
That's right.
It took me 4 months to read the books. It was so upsetting. It was upsetting because it was familiar. All the things that were being told were very familiar. But this whole thing.
Yeah, we just did a video about this yesterday with the Illuminati one, and she's stating that she found out that yeah, it was all confounded. It was all, I don't know if confounded is the right word, but it's all it was all nonsense. It was all exaggeration. And so
In his younger years, he was very blatant. Where it was very blatant.
the author of that book twisted Anne's words to make it out to seem like it's something bad or wrong. And then, okay, you can be concerned about it, but like let's talk about it. And that's what we're doing here. Is you're talking out your feelings and emotions and experiences and how it occurred for you. And yeah, I'm just responding.
How they were eating. Well, they were eating, so we later find out they were only allowed to file expense for what they would have spent were they eating at home.
Wow. I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, again, like if people chose not to eat for whatever reason, first of all, maybe they wanted to fast. Second of all, this sounds like this was written about the 70s. It sounds like they, like we did in the 2 days ago video, I'm not sure, where he's saying that he doesn't eat a lot, he doesn't go to the bathroom a lot. So people in the 70s thought that that was the way to do the course, is to not eat and not go to the bathroom. And meanwhile, he's like, what are you talking? I didn't, no, no, no. And then they revise things. There's automatic breaks every 4 hours, so forth and so on.
We'll put up with that. Well, it is abuse. Of course it's abuse, but because we martyr ourselves for a cause, we'll put up with it because we believe in a higher purpose. We believe we're saving the world. I believed it. I was 100% committed, right? So were you.
Yeah, he's talking about Scientology, and he has not done the forum. So to call that abuse and then say, like, he's like, I was abused and you were too. And meanwhile, she wasn't abused at all, and she's just agreeing with his summation of what she experienced and what people voice online that they experienced, which is wholly inaccurate.
We were doing this, and in fact, we were doing this. And the picture.
And if there really is abuse, then go ahead and comment or interview them and tell me the he said, she said of the abuse, because I would love to hear it. But there isn't any.
The whole picture that I got all the way down the rabbit hole 10 years ago, just like you've done, or are doing with this.
Look, again, just like you've done. You were in Scientology. She was working at a company that taught different things. And their work form isn't about teaching. It's a personal discovery. It's nothing to do with. They're not going to teach you anything.
Was yeah, because I saw the picture of me as a pawn on the chessboard.
Wow.
Sorry, you felt like a pawn on the chessboard of Scientology. That has nothing to do with the Landmark Forum whatsoever.
That was my position for 27
or 27 years of working there either. I'm sure. I mean, there's many people that have been there for 27 years, heavily involved in the organization, and they don't feel the same way that you do at all. And it's not like, oh, well, some people have the good experience, some people have the bad. No, it's everyone gets what they got. And she's just currently, at least a year ago when she recorded this video, dealing with uh was she involved in something bad? And that's just purely a question that she's asking. And she's making heavy assumptions here and calling them a cult, and is wholly inaccurate about that. And yeah, she's asking the questions and she's coming up with her own answer, and that answer is inaccurate. And it seems like she has come to that understanding by now. Mm. Yep. Hope you're having the best day ever. Peace.